welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, your one-stop platform for anything to do with your entrepreneurial life. I'm Sunanda Jayaseelan. We're doing a series of conversations talking about the festive period, and today we're talking Diwali, the festive period, the year-end, the new year, all of that in regards to your money. What should you do? What shouldn't you do? All of that being answered by two experts. Let me then dive right in and introduce them. First up, we have Kshitiz Mahajan, co-founder, Complete Circle Consultant, and Poonam Rungta, Certified Financial Planner and CEO, LI Business School. Then let me kick off tonight's episode by welcoming first on the show, joining us live, Kshitiz. Thanks for taking the time here. The festive period, festivals are all about shopping, and I know a lot of us, me included, are guilty of trying to spend a large or at least most of our income on shopping as we're preparing for the festive season. I want to kick off tonight's interview by asking you to really talk to our viewers, talk to our entrepreneurs to say, this is what you should do. I know that you have a lot of great discounts going, etc. But this perhaps is what you should keep in mind.
So, Sunanda, thank you for calling me on the show, and festive wishes to you and the entire crew. So, as you're right, that there'll be a lot of offers online, offline will be floating around, and all these vendors, these platforms will try to lure you and all the clients who are watching this show to come and buy. But I would like to repeat those golden words of shopping for all and for the benefit of all once again, that if something is for you, then you are the product. So when you say 50% free or 60% free, always remember the remaining 40-50% which you have to pay. So maybe you will not buy otherwise, but you end up buying those things which you don't require now. But because it's a discount, you think that nothing like this, it's an offer which we can take. So my suggestion here is that prepare a wish list, which you want to buy in this festive season. It can be any home thing, it can be your mobile, it can be any gadget you want to buy, or anything you want to do for your kids or mother, father. So prepare that list and act accordingly. And they can be a division of 5 to 10%, not 100 to 20, 200%, which you can do. So that's a better way of doing. Which, if you remember, when we were small, our parents used to do. There used to be that perchi, that list on which all the things used to be mentioned, and then keep on crossing everything which we are buying. So that's when you go out and buy crackers. In my childhood, we used to do like this. So that's one should keep in mind when they are going out and looking for these offers.
So, would you recommend having a specific budget when it comes to shopping? Do you think that will help?
So it can vary, Sunanda, from one person to another. But I want to tell everyone on a lighter note: the credit card limit is not your budget or your income. So that's a money which you are using, a bank money which you are using, which you have to pay back. Sometimes we see that, yeah, I have a limit of that much. That limit doesn't mean that money belongs to you. It's not your money. So one have to be a little watchful while swiping their cards. Having said that, different people have different plans around festive season. Few hold their buying patterns because they believe there'll be a festive season coming and they'll get deep discount on many of the companies. This Diwali, you will not have a deep discount on stock market and many of the funds around. But having said that, there'll be offers on things which you want to buy. So budget depends on what type of income one has, and as you said, as a percentage, if you ask me, it can vary from person to person. My only request once again to everyone: buy only those things which you require. Maybe you will require in future, then these deals are not going anywhere. You will find these deals coming again soon.
The festive period also sees a lot of companies giving a bonus to their employees. And is there any sort of tip, any advice that you have for our viewers to say this is how you stop yourself from spending all of your bonus money perhaps on shopping?
So the pattern should be that one should invest first, and it has to be a defined percentage. Here we can talk about a defined percentage. whether it's your bonus or the salary, minimum 20 to 25% should go into investing. That's the ground rule one should follow. More the merrier. The more you invest, the better it is for you. So somebody start at a 15,000, let's say, monthly SIP for 15 years, and it will grow at 15%, you'll make a crore. Some will start at 10,000, then it has to take 20 years to make a crore. So that's a difference, that the early you start, the better amount you start, better it is. When it comes to investing, it has to be the first thing when you have some cash flows on your side, whether it is regular income, some bonus, some money which you have inherited from your family, something you are selling, you get the money. You should first focus on the investing part, and then come the spending part. And I know, you end up spending little more when festives are around, and one should do that. So Dhanteras is coming, festive Diwali is coming, the Shara has gone by. So these are festive days, and one should look at buying whatever is required by them. So somebody is willing the Dhanteras, they want to buy a gold, please go ahead and buy gold. That's also one of the integral part of an investing journey, and it is a good hedge against bad times. So one can look at buying a gold, one can look at doing things. So I'm saying, in short, one thing, whenever you are investing in festive season, you're spending in festive season, you're investing portfolio, you're investing amount which includes your gold buying or any other metal buying should be more than your spending amount. That's the balance which you should act, because if it's a good season, then it's a good season to make some good decisions on investing part also.
Any festival in India incomplete without the buying of gold. What's your view on gold as an investment? How should one approach it? What's your advice?
So interestingly, now here, irrespective of which segment of investors we are looking at, somebody want to invest 100 rupees or 1,000 or 10,000 or a lakh, 10 lakh crore rupees, there are avenues of buying gold across the segment. Thanks to this new revolution of digitalization, that we have the likes of Rupee, Paytm, and many other digital platform where you can buy gold. Then the second way of buying a gold is, if you're looking for a long term, then one can look at buying government gold funds. Third way of looking at is, you can buy a gold backed mutual fund, which is a fund of gold. And fourth, if you have a demat account, you can look at buying a ETF gold also. And obviously, the regular routine one is, you can buy a gold coin or a gold bar. And the last one is buying a jewelry, which normally we end up buying. So one can actually look at whatever way they want to look at.
Sure.
But my only reservation about the last two part is that when you buy a gold coin or a gold jewelry, there is a problem which is called a storage. So we have to store these precious ornaments, or let's say metals. But when you buy a ETF or a fund, it's a normal paperwork which you have to do. And for the information of all, in India, all the gold buying, whether it's a digital gold or a ETF or a mutual fund, it has to be backed by physical gold. So please don't be worried about the gold which you are buying, or whichever company is buying, they have to park that amount of gold in the custodian, whether it's Scotia or Deutsche or whatever custodian they are using.
Okay.
So my strong go for or vote for is for, what do you call, a digital gold, or maybe a gold ETF. And for a normal retail investor, it can be a normal gold fund of fund, if they don't have a demat account, because it doesn't have any problem of storing, or maybe devaluing on the making charges when you buy a ornaments.
My last few questions then, and continuing with this theme of the festive period, we talk very often here on the show about rebalancing of one's portfolio. I want to sort of extend that conversation and say that, Diwali is a time for resolutions. We're coming up in the new year, New Year's resolutions, etc. If you're looking at your financial portfolio and you're saying, I should be making some changes, what are those changes you would recommend?
So my suggestion, first of all, to the existing clients who are doing well in their portfolios, I know markets have gone up and it's still going up, and you are worried about that, whether this rally will continue or not. So have my word on this, that if you have a long-term investor,
Sure.
please don't act. If you are way
Okay.
debating from your asset allocation on equity and fixed income, maybe time is to act and park the excess money of your deviation into a balanced advantage fund, which automatically will balance between equity and debt if markets will fall or move forward. Second way is, somebody somebody who's at par with asset allocation, a little bit deviation, just stick on. Maybe further allocation, you can stagger it over the next 5 6 months time, do a weekly STP. Otherwise, just stick on. People who are not able to do well, I'm surprised if, and there are a lot of people who are still finding it a little difficult, and market has moved up and their portfolios are struggling. Then it is really the time to look at and review the portfolio, and time to churn. So
Okay.
that's what they're saying now. Just go away with the bad doings and inculcate the right things. So I think time is for you to churn the portfolio. And when you're entering the new portfolio, again stagger it. There is no need to swap hands from one portfolio to the better portfolio in the same proportion at this time, because markets are all time high, and you should need to stagger, whether it's a direct stock portfolio or a mutual fund portfolio, and any other platform on which you're executing your portfolio. Time is to revisit your portfolio. And for good acting portfolios, don't act. For portfolios where you need restructuring, please go ahead and do it.
All right, we'll have to let you go at that. Thank you so much for your time. It's time for us to take a quick break, but on the other side, we're going to continue talking about personal finance, planning, savings, investments, all of that ahead and during this entire festive period. What should you do? What shouldn't you do? We're back in just a moment to continue that conversation. Poonam Rungta joining us here on the show. Poonam, thank you so much for your time. Um, you know, I- we were just talking with Kshitiz about Diwali, and Diwali, of course, is marks several new beginnings for people. So, for an investor, for an entrepreneur who is watching tonight's interview, what is your advice to them about how they should be perhaps looking at their finances, either revisiting or planning their investments and finances, keeping in mind Diwali?
So, Diwali or not Diwali, new investors has to be very cautious, and they have to be very, very having uh, a conscious approach in a processed manner to start their investments. And if we start talk about Diwali as a start for their investments, I think many people do their start because they get bonuses and incentives, and that's the festive occasion where everybody wants to start something new. Anything they want to start new at a right occasion, a big festival. So a lot of investors, especially young investors, they want to start at the time of Diwali, and so they have to first of all take a conscious call of all their goals, their income, their expenses, and then start in a processed manner right from the first step of financial planning, that is contingency planning, and then go on to identify their goals and then understand their risk appetite, sit with a certified financial planner or any professional who can guide them, because there are so many options available for investments in the market, and believe me, all are good. Every instrument has one or the other benefits, but what is the right instrument for you is important to understand. What your friends are doing, what your other family members are doing may not suit your appetite, risk appetite, and your time horizon and your goals. So we have to be very, very cautious in understanding your goals, and also you have to bifurcate between needs and wants. Your need may be something, but you may want something else, so you have to understand that and then plan your goals. And once your goals are identified, you have understood the time horizon you want to go to it, give it a inflation factor also. Give it a discount the investments you need after whatever time horizon you have with the inflation factor, and then you bring it to the today's value, and then start with the instrument which suits your risk appetite. So if you make an informed, processed financial plan for yourself, then there is I don't think anybody can stop you from achieving your goals, financial goals, very smoothly. So new investors has to start systematically and in a processed manner.
So, if you're a new investor, given what's really happening on the stock markets, is it your advice that one should perhaps move a little more of your portfolio towards equity investments? What's your recommendation?
Yeah, so if you ask me personally, I think every day is a good day to invest in the markets and mutual funds, whatever way you are comfortable with, because equities is the only instrument which can give you an inflation adjusted returns in a long run. If you have a long term horizon that is more than 5 years, equity is the key to it. Let the market be anywhere. If they are at the peak today, markets are cyclical. They may go little down also. We can see a correction also. But if you have a horizon in your hand, if you have 5 to 7 years of horizon, in that period sees a full cycle of the markets, and I can guarantee that you are going to make money out of it. So any market is a good market, and especially now, after COVID, we have seen a surge of equity investors in the market. About 2 to 3 crores new demat accounts have opened, and people are making money out of the market. So there is a conviction, and also the past history of mutual fund SIPs have now in front of the people. They have got a excellent averaging and compounding effect of their last 10 years experience. So people are getting a conviction towards mutual funds, so they should start investment. And I think SIP is the way. Of course, the market's at the peak, and we don't know where it is going to go. So you have to be a little cautious. Enter the market in a cautious manner. Every dip, every opportunity you get to enter the market, whenever there is a correction, please take it, and don't wait for a further correction, because greed is something that can kill your returns. So don't be greedy, be patient, and start investing in a staggered manner in whatever instrument you like, maybe direct equity or through mutual funds. But I personally feel SIP is the best way to enter the market.
So, is there any such thing as an ideal portfolio according to you, Poonam? And what does that look like then?
So, like how we do cleaning of the houses in the Diwali, I typically point it out like that. That how you clean your houses and during Diwali, you should also sit and clean your portfolios. You should review it and see that non-performing factors. The like in Diwali, how you don't you like to give away the things which you don't use, or they have been unused for a while. In the same way, the portfolio in your portfolio, whatever is not be giving you good returns, that you should be churning it out. You should sell it and get into something new, because see, like I said, there are so many sectors, there are so many investments, and probably you have bought something which is doesn't suit you, doesn't suit your requirement. That should be taken away, and sit with a professional, and then take a conscious call and do this cleaning of your portfolio. Make a diversified portfolio. And also, this current time, the boom of equities is the time to rebalance your portfolio. I will cite an example for this. For example, as per your age, your professional, your financial expert has suggested you to keep a 50-50 percent allocation of debt and equity. But somehow, due to the rise in equity, your equity portion has gone up and your debts are going down, because as we've seen, the debt returns are low. And if you look at it, and your asset allocation has become now 70-30, so that is the time to rebalance it. It is very, very important to keep your asset allocation at the ratios which is being guided for your age and your risk appetite. So it is very, very important. Like in Diwali, you cleanse your houses and you rebalance your things around. You should also look at your portfolio in the same manner, and it is very important for your safety and your financial security.
Poonam, our last question to you about getting, the perfect diversion or diversification really when it comes to one's financial portfolio. How do you go about doing that? What does that look like?
So if anybody has not yet started investing right now, I don't know what to tell them, that why are they doing this to their own portfolio, because the inflation will hit so much that all your savings will go for a ride. The money which you are saving, I mean, saving is one thing, and investing is another thing. We can save our money by budgeting, but if we don't invest smartly and in the right instruments, the inflation will eat away your money and the purchasing power of your savings, and it will depreciate. So anyway, you are taking a risk. So if anybody is scared to enter the market for the mere risk of losing money, it is anyway going to lose if you're not going to invest. So risk is anyway there. So take a healthy risk and start investing. And there's another thing about Diwali, that people are, in India especially, very inclined to invest in gold. They mark the festival with gold and silver and the precious metals. So that is another way of making a SIP, of accumulating gold during Diwalis. So you can go ahead, because females specifically are very, very, in love with the golden metal and the silver metal. So they should do it. But do it in the right manner. You can go for the digital gold, or if you're looking for physical gold, then go for the bars. Don't go for the jewelry. And you can even start a gold SIP for that matter. So there are so many ways you can diversify your portfolio in debt, equities, gold, and now we have also options of alternative investments. So, as per your requirement and your need and your risk appetite, you should start investing right away.
Poonam, thank you so much for your time. We're out of time on tonight's episode. If you have any feedback for us, do let us know. Our contact details coming up on your screens as we speak. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.